Dangerous. Don't mess with that thing.
On today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I make my corn, oat, and soybean with mineral mix for my pigs. The first thing we're doing is actually shoveling oats pretty steadily into the feed mixer grinder. They first travel up the first of a series of augers, where they'll then go into the hammer and be ground into tiny little pieces. And those tiny little pieces are more digestible for the animals, so that they're getting more nutrition out of every bite. There's our power supply from the tractor. Underneath this big hopper where we're collecting the mixed feed is an auger or a corkscrew, just like the one that brings the oats up. There's one that comes from the hammer, runs underneath, and it feeds the big hopper. And in there's another auger. When we lift up the cover here, this is where I add the minerals, and where we'll add the soybeans later on. Over here on the left side, you can see the flywheel that powers the hammer. And you can see the oats after they've been ground, and they're falling from the top of the mixer. Fancy whole ground oats.
Oats are done. On our way back through the woods, back down the road, back to my house, where the corn is, and we're gonna go put corn on this feed mixer wagon right now. So that's the next step, put some corn in, and we're gonna put 10 bags of soybeans in, and then we'll start offloading it and start bagging it up. Wouldn't hurt if the windshield was a little cleaner, but this right here is the view of, there's my house in the middle of the screen, and this is a view of upstate New York, looking actually south at the Catskills. It is actually rural up here in upstate New York. Most people wouldn't believe it, but we live in a town of about 3,000 people total. And there it is. That's the, like I said, that's the northern side of the Catskills, looking south. This is the part of the process where we add minerals to the feed mix. This one actually doesn't require a knife. This is a 50-pound bag of trace minerals that animals can use to help them grow healthy, especially since they can't get green grasses and feeds outside. This is just a supplement to their diet to keep them healthier. Part 2 of the corn making, grain making process today. We're taking corn out of the gravity wagon here. It's going from the gravity wagon into the feed mixer grinder. Grain coming out, going into the feed mixer grinder.
At this point, the soybeans and the corn and oats are all being mixed together. The soybeans were already added, so now we just got to top off with the cream of corn. Well, I wouldn't say this is the most fun part of the process, but this is one of the final steps of the process. It probably is the most time consuming, though. Bagging grain takes quite some time. Usually putting about 50 pounds of feed into each bag and then stack them to the side so we can later tie them and stack them up in a stack.
Dusty, how'd Violet get up there? Violet, how'd you get up there? Dusty's trying to figure it out. Just went up that way, huh? The easy way. Dusty, get up there. Where are them rats, Dusty? Dusty, where are the rats? See it, Mike. There you go. So this is our final product. It's a corn that we grew. It's a conventional corn. It's a 72-day conventional corn growing up here in upstate New York. The oats are cover crops for our new seeding, and then mixing this is some roasted soybeans from Arnold Feed and Grain, and a little bit of minerals mixed in, and that's a 50-pound bag of grain, and that's how it's made. So the last step for me, the absolutely very end, before we stack the bag up, is gonna make a miller's knot. So I bunch the bag up like this. I actually throw the string just over the top of my pinky, come around under my palm over the top of the loose string, and pull. I pull tight, really tight, and then I bring the string back around and I put a slip knot through while I pull the leftover string and pull it tight. And just like that, that bag won't open. Actually, as it draws against it and you pull the bag against it, the knot actually gets tighter and tighter. And then all you have to do to open it up is just pull the string and it's open. This is Dusty, who doesn't like to eat anything that looks like dog food, so he is over here chowing down on some soybeans, roasted soybean meal. Yum, yum.